Hi, my name's Cameron. I'm here with Celeste and Sean today, and I'm going to be your yoga instructor. I'm going to be taking you through a Yoga for Beginners exercise routine. This routine is designed for all levels of fitness and or experience. I'll be guiding you through a series of yoga poses designed to help your body feel more open and offer modifications if you wish to take them. Please feel free to rest at any time and join back in when you're ready. So let's get into it. So to start with our warm-up, we're going to take Shavasana. So lie down onto your mat. So this is a grounding pose. As you lie down, just gently bring your shoulder blades together and let your arms relax. And then take your right hand onto your belly and your left hand onto your chest. This is called butterfly hands. So we're going to breathe in and out through the nose into the lower belly, your diaphragm. So as you breathe in, the belly expands out. And as you exhale, the belly contracts in. So keep breathing like this. And if you can imagine the breath going down, forward, backwards, and sideways. So like a giant balloon from your belly button to your pelvic floor. So as you breathe in, fill the balloon. Now, if that feels hard to do, as you exhale, push your hand into your tummy. And then as you breathe in, the tummy is going to naturally press the hand back out. And if the belly remembers and continues to do that, you can relax, but you can also just keep your hand pressing in as you exhale. Let's take another 4 rounds of breath. So this is a grounding breath that starts to stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system, so it gets you into that rest and digest, so that then you're regulated and you can feel what's going on more clearly in your body before we enter our workout, and it grounds you. All right, 1 more round of breath. And on the exhale, gently place your hands to the mat. Slide your left foot in close to your bottom, roll over onto your right elbow and press up into an easy seat, which is a very comfortable cross-legged position. Right leg in front, left foot behind. Hands onto the knees, sit up nice and tall, look forward and breathe. So nice long spine. So if you're doing this at home, that doesn't feel comfortable, you can put something underneath your bottom. So you can put a towel or a blanket or a block or some books just to take away that pressure in the knees. On the next breath in, sweep your hands high to the sky, look up to your thumbs. And as you exhale, lean over to your left-hand side. Ground your left hand and the right arm goes long. Look underneath the right armpit if that's available, or look straight ahead if it's not. Press the hand into the floor to help bring the seat back to the middle if that feels good. On the next exhale, take your right hand down to the floor and the left hand comes up and over. Again, you could look underneath the left armpit as you breathe, or you can look forward if that feels more comfortable, and you can press the right hand back in. Inhale back to the middle, hands slightly behind you now. Press your hands down and lift your chest. Look up to the sky as you breathe in. And as you exhale, bring your chin to the chest, hands to your knees, and round your back. So you can either stay seated or bow forward a little bit, or you can bring your hands or your head down towards the mat. All right, slowly press on up, child's pose. So over onto our hands and knees, walk your knees back inside the mat, take your knees to about the sides of the mat, bring your big toes to touch, and sink back to your heels. A variation of child's pose, you can take something underneath your knees. So if you have a towel, you can even roll up the mat, and then you just place that across the mat, put the knees onto it, big toes come to touch, and then sink into your child's pose. With your arms about shoulders distance with the hands, a little bit wider if your shoulders are feeling sore. And when we activate the hands by spreading the fingers as wide as you can, ground through the base knuckles and grip with the fingertips, and that's going to brace your wrist. This is your resting pose, so anytime you need to rest, if you're feeling lightheaded or dizzy or you just want a break, come back into child's pose, safest place on the mat. On the next breath in, take your hands over to the right hand side and breathe into the left side of the ribs. So if your knees ever feel uncomfortable in child's pose or this variation, you can put something underneath the knees, or you can roll the mat up slightly. And if the compression in the knees is the issue, you can put something behind your knees so that your seat isn't as compressed. On the next breath in, take your hands all the way over to the left hand side and breathe into the right side of the ribs. So imagine you're breathing right into the outside of the rib cage. Nice deep rounds of breath. So coming up to our hands and knees for cat and cow. And if your knees feel a bit sensitive, pressure sensitive or sore, you can just place something underneath the knees, like this little towel. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips, and tuck your toes. Now as you breathe in, duck underneath an imaginary fence, pull the heart through and hold this first one. So if that feels strong enough, that's okay. But if you want to activate a little bit more to get into your back muscles, hug your hands towards your knees, pull your shoulder blades back, and you feel that middle of the back switch on. On the next exhale, push the hands into the floor, pull the belly into the spine for cat pose, and round out through the upper back. Squeeze the belly in, activate your core. So let's flow inside the breath now. Breathe in, cow pose, duck under the fence, pull the heart through. Exhale, cat pose. Press the floor away, pull the belly into the spine. Breathe in, duck underneath the fence, long neck, look up. And exhale, belly to the spine, round back, look under. 2 more rounds, follow your breath. In your own time, if your breath is a little longer, you can make it a little slower. If your breath is a little quicker, you can do more than one breath in a movement. That's up to you. On the next exhale, back into tabletop position. Step your feet back into a plank position and then lift your hips into downward facing dog. So a beautiful inverted V. Start to pedal your downward facing dog. So left heel up, right heel down, and look towards your ankles so your neck's nice and relaxed. So in down dog, it's more important to have a nice flat back than it is to have your legs all the way straight and have the heels onto the floor. That can happen in time, but we're just warming up with this little pedaling movement. Now gently, I'll get you to roll back into a high plank position. Make 2 fists. Tuck your thumbs on the outside of your fingers and then bring your knees down to the mat. So if downward dog's not available to you, you can just pedal the feet out here with a little calf stretch, or you can do it in a full plank position and pedal the feet out as well. All right, from our down dog, bend your knees, look forward, step the right foot in between the hands, bring your left knee down to the ground, easy twist. So your left hand's on the floor and the right hand comes up, look up to your top hand. So as a variation for easy twist, what you can do is get a stack of books, place that underneath your left hand, just to give you a little bit more of assist. So as you breathe in and twist, right hand comes up to the sky, look up to the top fingers. If your back knee's feeling a bit sensitive, you can also use that towel variation to place it underneath the rear knee, just to give it a little support. So we want to try and keep the belly button pointing down, so we're twisting through the heart, so the thoracic, the middle of your chest. And if this feels really uncomfortable, you can put something underneath your hands. You can come right up onto your fingertips to try and give you a little bit more range in that twist. Take 1 more breath in here. And now exhale, right hand down, step the right foot back, downward facing dog. 3 rounds of breath in your down dog. Notice if you're starting to warm up a bit, if you've got a bit more room, pedal the feet if that feels nice. Coming into stillness, bend your knees, look forward, left foot steps in between the hands, right knee down, easy twist. So the right hand's on the floor and the left hand comes up to the sky this time. Looking up to the top fingers. If you need more balance, look down to the bottom hand. And if you need something underneath the hand, you can do that. And if the back knee doesn't feel great, you can also put something comfortable under it, like a little towel or a blanket. On the next exhale, take the left hand down to the floor, left foot steps back, downward facing dog. All right, now we're warmed up a little bit, we'll get into our lunging postures. So bend your knees, look forward, right foot in between the hands, line your heels up before you come up, turn your back toes slightly in for warrior 2 position, side warrior. Right arm goes forward, left arm goes back. So building our alignment from the ground up, right toes point forward, back toes are spun into around about 10 o'clock, just to give us a nice, comfortable knee position. Have a look to your hips now. You want to have them nice and wide, nice and flat. And then if the front knee pulls in, just gently open it towards the little toe. Arms are nice and long and looking over the front middle finger. On the next exhale, flip your front palm and come into reverse warrior. So the right hand goes high to the sky, left arm's nice and relaxed, staying bent in the front knee. Now, if that feels too deep, what you can do is step your back foot in just a little bit, or you can bend and straight the front leg just to take a little break. Looking up to the top fingers, keep the top arm active, breathe in. And exhale back to warrior 2 position. Hold and breathe. Now again, if your warrior 2 doesn't feel great, you can do that same little trick, bending and straightening the front knee. And you can also step the back foot in just a little bit to reduce the depth of the lunge. On the next exhale, Take the right elbow down to the knee. Relax your shoulder and take the left arm either high to the sky or long to the front of the room for side angle pose. Now in this side angle pose, don't put too much pressure into the shoulder up towards the ear, because this part of your arm is the perfect length for your perfect side angle for your body. One more big breath in here. Exhale back to warrior two. Right arm forward, left hand back. Hold and breathe for 3, 2. Downward facing dog, hands to the mat, right foot back. All right, just a little pedal in your down dog again. Try this on. Can you bend both of your knees and flatten your back by pressing your heart a little further? So looking towards your ankles, Sean. That's it. Press the heart a little further towards the knees. Bend your knees a bit. Yeah, that's it. All right, on the next exhale, look forward, bend your knees, left foot goes forward, warrior two position. Back toe spun into about 2 o'clock, and then reverse windmill up. Left arm forward, right arm back, looking over the left fingers. So keeping the front knee gently opening towards the little toe celeste, and then having a gaze over that front middle finger. To make it active, hug your thighs in towards the center like you're trying to ripple the yoga mat, and press your front heel down into the ground. On the next exhale, flip the front palm, reverse warrior. Left hand goes up to the sky, right hand goes down the back thigh. Look up and breathe. If it feels comfortable and available, try and take the hand up a little higher. Feel that big hip stretch in the front of your body. And if it doesn't, you can bend the arm and you can take a little bit of pressure out of that front leg by bending and straightening it. One more deep breath in. Warrior two, left hand forward, right hand back. Now, if the shoulders are starting to fatigue, what you can do is flip your palms to the sky, breathe in, shrug your shoulders up to your ears. And as you side out, flip your palms back down. Good. All right, on the next exhale, coming into side angle pose. So the left elbow goes to the knee and the right arm sweeps long, either high to the sky or try and touch the front wall. You can look towards the back of the mat, you can look straight ahead, or look down to ground if your balance isn't feeling so good today. One more deep breath in here. Exhale back to warrior two. Left hand forward, right hand back, feeling a little bit of burn in the front leg. 2 more rounds of breath. One more deep breath in. Downward facing dog, hands to the mat, left foot back. Just before we come to the floor, how's your legs feeling? Can you get a little bit more room in your down dog? And on the next exhale, bring your knees down to the floor. Walk your knees in between your hands, cross your legs, and come all the way down onto our back for our supine twist. So as you come down, slide your heels close to your bottom, and then with your arms out in a capital T, shuffle your hips about 2 inches to the right, squeeze your knees together, and lower your knees over to the left. Now you can look straight up. You can look towards the right hand if it's available, or if you've got a sore neck, you can look towards the left hand. Now, if the depth of the twist isn't feeling comfortable, you can put a blanket or a towel underneath that, or a block, or some books. On the next exhale, gently come back into the middle. This time we shuffle the hips slightly to the left, and then lower the knees over to the right. So you can either look towards the right hand, you can look up, or you can look towards the left if it's available. Breathe into your belly. Nice deep rounds of belly breath. One more deep breath in here. And gently bring the knees back to the center. Happy baby. So happy baby, we lift the legs straight up to the sky. If it's available, you can grab the outside blades of the feet or the big toes. But otherwise, you can grab around the ankles or behind the knees. And it's important to try and kick up and pull down at the same time so you can flatten the lower back into the mat. Now you can stay still, or you can rock the happy baby, or you can bend and straight opposite legs for a little bit of a stretch on the inner legs. Just trying to press and massage the lower back into the floor. And on the next exhale, we're going to release the legs down and make our way to Shavasana, our resting pose. So as you relax, just gently squeeze the shoulder blades together and then let the palms open wide and high. Legs a little wide so the heat can escape from the legs and from the arms. And don't skip Shavasana. This is where we come back together after our practice. It's how our body remembers home. We regulated the nervous system with all of our practice, lengthen and strengthen the body, and the body's just coming back together. So I'm going to stop talking and let you relax and enjoy Shavasana. Now, if you have longer, then you can stay, relax, and enjoy. But if you need to go, start to wriggle the fingers and the toes. Take a nice big breath in, a big stretch like a morning yawn. And then bring the knees into the chest, give yourself a hug. A little rock side to side. And when you're ready, roll over to the left and rest. Deepen the breath. And on the next breath out, use your top hand to press you up into a comfortable seat. Coming into a crossed leg, sit up nice and tall. Awesome job today. I hope you feel energized and more alert after that workout. Make sure you drink plenty of water and take time to stretch. And I'll see you next time for another great workout.